Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to another episode of the Sports Cult Perspectives right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. This is me, your boy Larry B, joined by my beautiful wife, as always, the lovely Cecilia. How you like that?
Hi, everyone.
Did you like that?
You're a dork.
No, was it good? Was it
no.
like?
No.
Aw, man. I was trying to be all special. You don't like the announcer?
Announcer.
What if I talk like that all the time?
Oh, gosh.
What if it was like a, you know, fresh out of bed? You know? Like right when she gets up, you guys, I'd pop into the door when I hear, I would get up, because I'm usually up a little bit earlier anyway. Right when I heard, the bed creaking, she gets up, I'd pop into the door and be like, and now, by way of Riverside, California, she is 5'2", with a mean red hook. Just kidding.
I would have to wear earplugs.
That wasn't very nice.
Just kidding.
I mean, fresh out of bed. Can you imagine that?
I would just call you a dork and then walk away. Just kidding.
That'd be pretty funny there.
No.
Come on. Just a little funny.
No. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we got so much to get into in today's show. We are so happy to be here with y'all here. Tonight, we are talking about one of the most important days in sports, not just in baseball. Jackie Robinson Day was last weekend.
Woo-woo.
Yay. Awesome day. Does Moneyball actually work? We're going to talk about that today, and it's going to lead into the draft with a really cool video that I found on YouTube earlier today at work. On top of that, we are talking about our new favorite addiction, Gotham.
Well, it's not new because we've talked about it before, but we were just starting it.
Yeah, we've gotten to the end of season 3, you guys. The show is awesome. And of course, we got our new jersey sticks today. I'm just saying, our new Lake Elsinore Storm jerseys.
And they look fantastic.
You are now listening to the Sports Club Perspectives, right here on IE Sports Radio. Your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's up, everybody? This is Taryn Rodriguez. Are you a fan of volleyball? Are you a fan of Thunderous Spikes? Then I have the show for you. Set Point, where I cover NCAA men's and women's volleyball, high school boys and girls volleyball, beach volleyball, and even professional volleyball. Catch the action every week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
It's IE Sports Radio. It is your direct feed for all that is sports. It is Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris every Tuesday night right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris is the most comprehensive view on Philadelphia sports exclusively right here on IE Sports Radio. You know what it is, your direct feed for all that is sports. Tuesday night, IE Sports Radio, Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are now tuned in live to the Sports Club Perspectives right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We are here live on a beautiful Friday evening. TGIF. TGIF. You don't agree?
Yes.
I'm just saying, look, we work for the weekend, even though we love our jobs, as we always say, but we work for the weekend.
Yeah, the weekends are always good to have.
Trust me.
I mean, we only really get 2 days, but still.
I know, right? I hate it. I hate it. We need 3 days.
3 days would be fantastic.
Right, because work Monday through Thursday, and then just Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. Yes. What are we doing in life? Like, we need that.
That will never happen, though.
I know, it will never happen. Don't get me wrong, corporate America, we love it. We're, proud capitalists, but what the extra day would be nice to have. Mm-hmm. So, last Saturday was a special day in sports. Because no matter what last name you had on the jersey, there was only one number around the whole league. Any wild guesses what that number is?
42.
And why is that?
Because it's Jackie Robinson.
And who is Jackie Robinson?
Hi.
I was just kidding. She's going to hit me, guys.
Yes.
She's mean.
I mean.
She's abusive.
He was hangry right now.
I was not hangry. Mm-hmm. She threw a magazine at me. I was just trying to eat my freezer cheeseburger, which are very delicious, by the way. If you guys have a Costco near you somewhere, the little Angus burgers.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're decent.
They're good, huh? Hey, for a little freezer burger, how much are they? They're like, what?
I don't know. They were expensive, but yeah.
They're not that expensive.
They're like 16 or 15, only for like, what, 8?
6.
Oh, 6.
No, 8.
Yeah.
Look, that's $2. I mean, I get it, but it's convenient. They're delicious. They're the Angus ones. They're
Anyway.
Okay, sorry. But I'm just saying that they're delicious. Okay, regardless, April 15th is a special day around, once again, not just around baseball, but around the entire atmosphere of sports. This was the day that the Brooklyn Dodgers, in 1947, introduced the first African-American player on the field with white players. Now, bad Larry B. I've never seen 42. Still gives me crap about that till this day.
Yeah. Him being a sports person.
I know, I've
never seen it.
But I know all about it.
How dare you?
I'm sorry.
Just kidding.
But I'm just saying, and that's a movie that Celia actually saw before we even met.
Yeah.
And she loved it.
It's, one of my favorite sports movies.
And we've seen clips of it together, and it's a good movie. It really, I'm sure, I mean, it tells a story about, unfortunate racism, but when it comes down to it, it just goes to show you, race ain't crap when you're out there on that field. Mm-mm. That's it. You're one player, and your teammates with other players. And I love what, great movies, remember The Titans, of course, that was 1972, I believe. T.C. Williams High School, I think. I don't know if they gave that, a pseudonym or anything like that. But anyway. But I love what he says, getting on the bus. Good old Denzel Washington, I don't care if you're black, white, green, or candy apple red, or whatever he says, or orange, or whatever he says. The offense goes on this bus, and the defense goes on that bus. And I love that. Because it's the truth. It doesn't matter, right? It's just... Especially in today's world, I feel like we're going backwards.
As long as you can play the sport, you're good.
Exactly. And I feel like we're going backwards, unfortunately. And it's sad, and I hope that this crap stops. But, it just, I love the fact that no matter what, the color barrier has been broken. And it's really nice to know that, look what that did. That opened doors for guys like Satchel Paige, another great African-American player, Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders later, of course, the two guys that played two sports, of course, the NFL and the MLB. But I'm just saying, so many great players. Willie Mays, legendary African-American player. And look at now, you see all of these Latino players from all over the world playing. It's amazing. Look at the Japanese. They just won the World Baseball Classic. You know what I mean? The Italians always have a really strong baseball team. So, I don't know, I'm just saying, it's amazing because, and I get it, those are more fair skinned sometimes too, like the Italians, it could be categorized as Europeans and everything. But what I am saying is Jackie Robinson Day was a very special day, and it now remains. The numbers 42 remain on jerseys now on April 15th around the league, and I love it.
Yeah, I like how they really do that. That's so cool.
So, you, Miss I Seen 42, and I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and your husband didn't. Tell us, what was your absolute... the minute that movie ended and you saw it the first time, what were your, immediate thoughts?
I obviously loved it. To be honest, I really didn't know who Jackie Robinson really was. Even though I grew up with baseball, my dad didn't, and obviously he played for the Dodgers, which is crazy because we were Dodger fans, or are Dodger fans.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't really know anything about him until I watched the movie. But I was shocked because I didn't know that he went through all of that horribleness and everything like that. But I loved it how in the end, he stuck it all the way through, even though he was being hated on by everyone and anyone. And but he had to sometimes put his pride aside and just go with it sometimes and try to ignore it. And I loved how his wife was obviously there for him and supportive and everything like that. And I truly liked how the coach said too, he can play. That's all that really matters, is that he's a good athlete.
Yes.
And that's what I need on my team. And he obviously proves that he's a good player and he deserves to be on a team like this.
Isn't it great to have that? Especially, I like how you brought up the coach, because it's true. Do you see how powerful one person can be?
Mm-hmm.
All it took was one man to say, you know what? I don't really care what color he is. He can freaking hit. Mm-hmm. He can run. Mm-hmm. And he can catch.
Yep.
I don't really care anything else about this. I mean, not in a bad way, but nothing else actually matters, because guess what? He's going to make my team better so we can freaking win. Mm-hmm. That's the goal.
Yeah. And then I liked it too because one of the teammates, he got one death threat letter. And then he goes to the coach, complaining about it in a way hey, I can't play with him. I have a family to watch over and to take care of. And then the coach goes and shows him a file filled with death threat letters, showing him look, this is what Jackie Robinson has to deal with every single day. Mm-hmm. He gets one of these, and he has a wife, and I think at that time she was pregnant or already had the child, but they're he has his own family too. So it's what makes you any different, And then in the next game, that player ends up standing right next to Jackie Robinson and puts his arm around him, and he's like, you know what? I'm by your side now. I see everything that you have to go through, and it's not fair, basically, and we're in this together, basically.
And see, that's what it's all about. And that's why this racism bull crap has to stop. I mean, my gosh, this has to end. Please, God, this has to end. Because it's true. I'll tell you right now, I didn't even know what racism was until I was, freaking in high school. You know what I mean? No, of course I knew, early on, but it really wasn't even a thing. Wow, people actually hate each other for their skin. It's not the way we are. Shoot, man, everybody was different colors for me. You know what I mean? And I had friends of all colors, and I loved it growing up. And that's why I'm so glad, we weren't raised around that nonsense.
Yeah.
And it's just such a wonderful, wonderful thing to know that, hey, we play this game. It doesn't matter what color we are, what ethnicity, what we believe, whatever. We're here for a common purpose, and that's to win, because our color doesn't matter anymore. Mm-hmm. What matters is the color we're wearing.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about.
I see it as we all bleed the same, so none of us are different.
Well, we do. But I like the way they saw it, too. Hey, we're wearing Dodger blue. We're blue.
Yeah.
And they, or whoever else they're wearing, they're wearing pinstripes. They're Yankees. It doesn't matter what color. We could be from the same country. And guess what? If you're on that other team today, we're not the same. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. This is the way I see it. After the game's over, we're cool. But during those 3 hours, I'm sorry. You could be my countryman all you want to. I don't give a damn. I'm trying to defeat you, and that's all there is to it. And I got my team over here with my team, with whoever, doesn't matter what nationality they are either, because they say the same exact thing. Mm-hmm. And I love that, So, but take a look at the chat room here. Look at all these great chats. I love it. Mm-hmm. Adam Karnick in the house tonight, saying good evening, you too. And of course, John Felipe, I love member of the Titans. So John says, wow, 42 is a blast from the past, brings me back to my childhood. Mm-hmm. You are very young, John. Well, we know this already. John's extremely young. And then he says, first time I've ever seen the late great Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace, sir.
Yeah, I think that was the first time I've ever really seen him too, and he did a really good job at playing Jackie Robinson. Such
a great actor. It's gone way too soon. My gosh, Creed. I mean, just look at the Black Panther. I mean, he was. Oh my gosh, he was a great actor. I loved it. He had a lot of. I don't know. You can tell he put so much into his characters.
Yeah,
loved it. But rest in peace, sir. But I will tell you right now, that was a great day. Of course, I know we didn't go live last week, but we just wanted to touch up on Jackie Robinson Day because it was an awesome day. But now, John said, Baja, 16, but still, yeah, you don't want to know how old I was, John, when 42 came out. But anyway, so with that said, on to our next topic of the night. Does Moneyball work? I have seen so many videos over the last, over the last couple of hours, like on the way home and everything like that, just putting on a playlist of videos and checking out some stuff. And this is crazy. I was watching some videos talking about, of course, Moneyball and how it didn't even work in the first place. Because, like with the Oakland A's, of course, I think we tried to watch it before. I want to watch it again, but with Brad Pitt, Jonah Hill, 2011, where it talks about the 2001 season where the Oakland A's pretty much went over instinct. They went stats over instinct. And long story short, we can't go into the super depth because we got, more of the show to cover today, but it was only because of really two other pitchers that the A's did so well during that year, but they ended up losing in I don't know if it was the ALCS, or I think it was maybe even the ALDS, but at the end of the day, they weren't that great of a team, but Moneyball sparked a conversation now. It used to be old school. Let's just look at the stats. Let's look at these players, and you know what? We can scout how good they are. And that's the way it's always been. I'm going to watch this guy. And our professional scouts, everybody, we're going to watch them. And we're going to determine how good they are based on what we see, their performance, of course, on the field, maybe based on the weight room, I'm guessing, and the conditioning and practice and all these things. But we're going to look just plainly at these things to tell you the longevity of a player sometimes. Like, is he declining? Is he not? Even with women, it doesn't matter. Just the athlete, are they doing good? Are they not? What is it? What's going on? Why are we signing this player? Why are we not signing that player? Why are we... And in 2001, I believe, it was crazy. 2001 comes up, and the Oakland A's are an organization that is just... Well, first things first, this is actually a book, written. Billy Beane, of course, the general managers of the A's, and Peter Brand, that's who Jonah Hill plays, they really kind of went on with this deal of Moneyball. Basically, we are going to go into stats. If this player that has a big name that everyone loves or just, has performed well in the last, couple seasons or whatever, we're going to look further. We have the internet now, and the internet revolutionized a lot of things, of course. Look at today. Schooling, we're all on the internet. Crazy, right? Mm-hmm. But we're going to look into the stats extremely deep. And we are going to go with our signings, and we're going to go with everything based off of how these players are doing statistically. Because if this player is batting, if their batting average has been pretty good the last couple of years, well, maybe they've been declining over the last couple of years. Maybe they're, who knows? Pictures, it's a possibility. Their ERA, is raising or whatever it may be. What is it? Their RBIs are steadily declining, or maybe they're rising, or they're staying stagnant. Yes, we know Father Time is undefeated, but think about, how do you sign a player? So first things first, what do you think? Do you like, just thinking about it from from an outside perspective, it's always been done where you sign players, once again, the name can carry value, a lot of things. But when you start looking at statistics and what they're actually doing, like productivity, like at a job, what do you think? Is that how you purchase your players? Is that how you pay your players? Is that how you let them go if they're declining? Kind of like how the workplace works? What do you think? Personally, what do you think? What do you really think about that? Like, how would you like go about signing players and letting them go?
I think I would just I would want to see them personally.
Play?
Yeah. To see how well they do and everything like that. Because, I don't know. You can trust what people are writing on, the websites and whatnot, but still, it's just like, for me, I guess I am the kind of person where you kind of have to see to believe.
Well, no, they're not writing from the website. These are stats.
Okay, well, stats, anyway.
So if a player, like let's just say in football, if this defensive end got 14 sacks, if this player got 14 sacks a couple years ago. 2 years ago, he only got 9. And the last season was his last contract year. He got 4. What's going on? Why is he declining? Is there an issue? Maybe his tackles are actually, maybe he's got more tackles than ever, maybe. But his sacks, his sole purpose of being on that field is to sack the quarterback. Or, to hurry the passes. But over the last couple of years, this guy hasn't done so well. Mm-hmm. And he's coming off of a free agent year. Do you really want to go sign this guy? Do you think maybe change the scenery could do it for him, like the old school way? Or are you going, no. He's declined over the last. The numbers say it all. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I would still have to see to believe.
So you're the old school. You want to see. Aha! So Adam Karnick says here, as a stat geek, I love Moneyball. I do worry that by perfecting, quote-unquote, perfecting baseball, though, it may have broken baseball. Ooh, that's a tough one. Because a lot of teams are actually going with this concept now.
Maybe it makes it easier for them, but they also probably don't want to have to pay scouts to go out there.
Well, yeah. And when you can do it all analytical, when you can just analyze all these, everything's, we have computers now. We have computers. So it's just interesting to think, we don't have to pour so much into scouts, and we don't need those old school eyeballs no more. Mm-hmm. We can just go with what they're doing. It's kind of like work, right? Mm-hmm. Like, think about like it's working. If you're not producing, they're not going to hire you. They're not going to keep you.
No, yeah, they won't keep you.
Yeah. But it's like a resume. Can you imagine, though, a resume full of stats?
No, that's weird.
Like a resume where it's like you have to carry it with you and because, okay, for instance, like when jobs ask you, like, can we contact your old employer?
Oh, yeah.
Like they're trying to figure out your old stats. Mm-hmm. That's what they want. They want to see, well, how did they do? Why did they leave? Were they fired? What happened? I want to know. Yes, we met the person, but I want to know what they did. What was their particular? Did they show up early? It's their stats. It's their statistics. So is it fair that human beings, we're all human beings, but is it fair that everyday workers go to work and get this type of treatment, but athletes, who knows? There's some athletes that just may carry a huge name, and because their name is first name, last name, and they're a big time name, they might be older and declining, but just who cares? Who cares? Let's go. Let's sign 46-year-old Tom Brady because his name is Tom Brady. Last year, he didn't have a good year at all. Was it in his head? Was it issues that were going on? Of course, we all know about all the unfortunate crap that went on and everything. I don't judge, is what it is. But, that can slow you down. But what I'm saying is, do you go sign him? If David Ortiz, Big Papi from the Red Sox want to come back after being retired, 6-7 years now, or however long, maybe around there, does his name carry that? Is he still the same guy that he was 25 years ago? You know what I mean? Now I'm getting a little extreme here. But there are some players.
As you always do.
I know. Kidding. But I'm just saying, what do you think, though? Do you really feel that athletes should get a different type of treatment, though? Their pay should be based on how well they do. They need to be carrying a certain amount of statistics. They need to, and we're not going to sign this person if they're statistically weak over the last couple of years, then we don't want them.
No, because like I said, I think that they should be seen no matter what, because even the people who are not getting the higher stats, I feel like that's just, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but I think it's just pulling them away, or you're looking, I don't know what's the words I'm looking for. Oh my gosh.
It's all right.
But yeah, you're not giving them a chance in a way, I think, for the people who, are trying to work their hardest, not trying, but they are doing their hardest and working hard. And I think, if you were to go see them, I feel maybe that they won't improve, because, obviously they're still working on the same team. Playing on the same team, but I don't know. Maybe it is true, the different scenery and all that would probably help. But I can understand the statistics part and whatnot. Or stats, I said statistics. Stats.
They're the same thing. Stats is just short for statistics.
Oh, well, anyway. Looking at the stats, I think I would want to look at them and then go check them out and see, how well they're doing and everything like that. But, yeah, I believe in the whole old school thing, though.
Crazy, right? Well, the movie, of course, Moneyball ends where I think Billy Beane ends up moving. He ends up going to the Red Sox, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't seen the movie in forever. But the Red Sox actually won the World Series 2 years later, based off of, remember that? Based off of his they broke the curse. The Red Sox hadn't won the World Series for freaking 80-some years or something like that. It's been a long time. In 2004, they did it. I think Ortiz was on that team, as a matter of fact. But, they used that system, the Moneyball system, and they freaking won a World Series. Is there... But now, of course, I see videos on YouTube and everything saying that, the A's season, it really was a whatever. It was decent, whatever. Yeah, but I never heard anything about the Red Sox. But I'm just saying, now there's a lot of teams going with that. And I feel in a sense, that may go with that. I think
it's just all trial and error. You gotta come up with ideas all the time, no matter where you work or what you do, to either, one, make your job a whole lot better, or two, just to see, if it's going to improve it or not.
Yeah, true. So, yeah, I love it. I love it here in the chat room. Adam Karnick says, Cecilia, you are spot on. You need both the numbers and the eyes. One complements
the other.
One complements the other. And I completely agree with that. I didn't even... I was really deep into what you were saying, but I wanted to kind of bring it all full circle, but you did it for me. I love it. See, I love it. My wife's so smart. She's awesome.
Oh, my gosh.
But no, you're absolutely right. It needs... You can't rely on just stats. Because at the end of the day, too, what also feeds into a professional athlete? How you carry yourself. Mm-hmm. This dude over here may have the greatest stats in the world. He may have this many sacks, this many tackles, this many touchdowns, this many passes, this many yards, this many rushing yards, whatever. But the guy may be a total freaking a-hole.
Yeah.
The guy could be in the locker room and freaking teammates, the teams that he's been on, they hate him. He tries to be this freaking, he's trying to be a leader, but he obviously doesn't know how. He's got a horrible, conceited personality. He doesn't do well on the field. When facing adversity, he crumbles. He's like a cancer on the team, and I've heard that numerous times with players that are just like that. Yeah, he may deliver, But at the same exact time, is it worth destroying the rest of your team by bringing this one person on? You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy to think. Like, I feel like you really got to look at everything, kind of like how a job does.
Yeah.
Background check you and everything. And sometimes people come on the team and they're just crazy. You know, and it is what it is. But it's absolutely right. I think that was the main point of today's show. I really do feel, or the main point of this segment is, that you have to have that combination.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, references, they call to make sure what, your other jobs say about you. And then you look at the resume and see how well you look good on there, too. So, yeah, that makes sense. So they should do both for the whole Moneyball thing.
So transitioning now from baseball into football. I saw a really cool video earlier. Well, because next week... Do you want to know what we're watching next week?
What? I'm pretty sure it's a football movie or football.
Well, of course. Do you know? Oh, wow. Adam Karnick is being cold-blooded in the chat room. but next Thursday is a very important day. Of course, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are all important days next week in the NFL because it's the 2023 NFL Draft. Of course, the first round is going to start at freaking, 4 or 5 o'clock Pacific and end around 8 or 9 Pacific. They last forever. But it's awesome. We're excited. We're going to do our special draft show.
Like the game does.
We're going to go tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to do our special draft show. Glad Mr. Adam Karnick's in the room here because he'll be talking about, we have a segment that he sent to us. He'll be playing on air tomorrow about our first round. But there was a video I saw earlier that was absolutely incredible. Adam, if you want to take a look at it, it was a great video. And let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I wanted to quote it, but I totally jacked up. Alright, so this video is awesome. It was called Hacking the 2023 NFL Draft with Moneyball. And it was uploaded by Underdog Fantasy Football. Go subscribe. Awesome dude. Sure, he makes some great content. I want to check out the rest of his stuff. But he was going on about the draft and, how do you draft players? Can you use Moneyball to draft players? Meaning, can you, base them off of how they do in the combine and their statistics in college? Of course, you always look at that kind of stuff. But at the same exact time, can you, for instance... Do you have to always look at everything, though? Because he was talking about, offensive linemen. And I love how he talks about offensive linemen, but he talks about a specific portion. He talks about their shuttle drill. He doesn't talk about their 40. He doesn't talk about their vertical. Of course, that's explosiveness. We know that. That's all explosiveness. But he says, what does an offensive lineman do? Well, that movement in the shuttle, when they're using their quick feet and, getting quick reaction, quick down, feel like a down block. They're using their feet in such a way that they can redirect and they can be fast about it. That's what an offensive lineman does. Mm-hmm. Now, he didn't throw the bench press in there, and I really do feel like the bench press needs to be in there. I'm sorry. People can get mad at me all they want to. I've caught some heat the last couple of years, too. I don't give a crap. Come at me, bro. I don't care. I feel like the offensive line, you see offensive linemen. You know what they are now. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know enough.
I face them. You know what I mean? They're huge. They're supposed to be the biggest. They're the hog mollies, okay? They're the biggest monsters on the field, okay? Defensive lineman, usually the next biggest and strongest, the trenches. But if an offensive lineman doesn't have a good bench, I don't want him. I don't want him.
How would you know, though?
Because they test their bench press in the combine, of course. How many reps? 225. And to me, if you don't have, over 30, I don't want you on the offensive line. No, I know it seems funny, but think about it. No, I'm being serious. I'm actually being serious. What is your sole purpose as an offensive lineman? You are to get out of your stance and block. Do you know who you're blocking? Guys like...
Oh, never mind. I thought you were going to say, your main person you're blocking.
Guys like me.
Yeah.
Who are also very strong, okay? Guys like J.J. Watt, who are long and strong. You know what I mean? You're blocking these absolute freak of nature defensive linemen that have a combination of speed and extreme strength, and they're huge. So what I'm saying is it's crazy to think, right? That some of these guys, yes, they may be long and semi-strong, but I'm sorry. If you're not hitting at least 30 on the bench press for 25, which means you're hitting, that's about what? Maybe 405 on the bench, close to about maybe 390. Between 385 and 405, I think, is what you can probably translate 30 reps up to 25. If you're not hitting that, and your squat should be there too, but if you're not strong in the weights, I don't want you on my football team. Well, at least in the trenches. Because...
Why? Then don't you know that you could overpower them easily then?
That's my goal.
Yeah. So if they can't hit that, then why are you complaining? Because they just make it easier for you.
I'm talking about on my team. Playing for me.
I know. Oh, no, I don't know. I thought you were talking about the opposite team.
No, I'm just saying. That's... So you see these small stats? That's like Moneyball. And it's a great video, guys. Once again, check it out. It's a great video. But that's what I'm saying. I don't want to base everything all on, oh, yeah, they performed here. They did. Yes, they're doing the finished product on the field in college, but at the same exact time, they're not in college no more. These guys are going to the NFL. These guys are a lot bigger, a lot stronger, and that shuttle drill shows how fast they can move in a small space. So if you go with that shuttle drill and their strength from that bench press, I seriously feel like you're going to get solid offensive linemen if you combine those two stats. I can give a crap less about the 40. Yes, the vertical and the broad jump are cool, but to me, my offensive lineman, I need strength in those short movements at a fast speed. That make sense? Mm-hmm. Now, my wide receivers, I want to see run the 40. Because they're fast. That's your job. Think about that. They get open. That's their job. A DB, I want him to be fast. Linebackers, I also want to see their 40 time, but I also need to see their strength too. Running backs, I can give a crap less. I mean, they can be strong, and I need them to be durable, but I need to see your speed, homeboy. I want to see the other stuff. If you bench 14 reps, I don't really give a crap. You know what I mean? Like, my quarterback does not need to be benching freaking 500 pounds. You know what I mean? So, exactly. Adam John Felipe says, Larry wants those hog mollies on the line. Yeah! I want my boys on the offensive line to be freaking...
That's what he calls them, too. No, I'm just
That's
kidding.
right. No, but I said that's he's mocking you. Really. But I want my big boys to be freaking 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", freaking 320 to 340 pounds of freaking monster meat. Okay? Just freaking beast. And lean, too, if he can. But freaking, yeah, I mean, I want some big boys with some strength that can move. That's how you win football games. But Adam says it here. Why do they make O-linemen do the 40-yard dash? Exactly. When in the history of ever has a center needed to do 40 yards? You need to dash 40 yards. It's the truth. I don't understand that. All they measure in the 42, usually, is the freaking the first 20 yards. They want to see how fast you are on the 20. So why are you making the big man run further? When the hell is he ever going to run 40 yards down the field? I mean, seriously, don't even say run blocking.
You never know. There might be an off chance one day.
Well, I'm
just kidding.
Some of these offensive linemen have gotten in before as eligible receivers and caught the ball. It's crazy. I'll show you some big man plays, but. I'm just saying, and yeah, Johnson said, yeah, I agree with Adam. It's more about the split. The what? Oh, the splits. yes. 20-yard line. Only 19 yards for screens. Exactly. Or 10. It's true. You don't need, I don't know. It just blows my mind. So, I don't care.
Maybe just to make sure that they're in shape, and if they had to really run, then, they can do it.
No, I'm just saying.
Who knows? I don't know.
I'll tell you right now, I really feel that sometimes the combines is kind of, I love the combine, I love covering it, but at the end of the day, I just feel like, yes, they're on display doing all these different workouts, but if you really want to get into the nitty gritty, if you really, 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 really do, you're going to look at the few movements that you need that guy to do. I'm not going to test out Adam Karnick, okay? If Adam Karnick was going to teach at my school, because I'm the principal, and Adam Karnick is going to teach music, do you really think I'm going to give Adam a math test? Here, Adam. I'm gonna hire you to do music, but you gotta pass this algebra test real fast. Like, no, bro. Like, you just know how to teach music. John could be freaking teaching history. Why am I gonna give John a ceramics test? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Adam says, "Please don't make me bench 225 pounds." I'm just saying, you guys. It's just some of these workouts, like, I love them. Yes, they're the combine we all know and love, but come on, man. Sometimes you cannot base. There's some great players that didn't have a great 40 or whatever. They did what they were needed to do. That's why they're so damn good. John says here in the chat room, reminds me of the stud O-lineman who tore his ACL running the 40. Oh, it sucks.
Ouch.
And then dominated the bench with a boot. What is it? Dominated the bench with a boot. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he had a freaking boot on his leg. Poor guy. I remember that. Oh, Adam says, my wife instantly jumped in, but that's what they do. Yeah, it's the truth. And that bothers me. Like, taking all these state tests right now, and I've talked to Adam before and his wife a couple of times, and hello, both of you. Once again, congratulations on the baby. Just so happy for you guys both. You're awesome.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah,
Hope
yeah.
everything's going well.
Yeah. I'm excited. That's so cool. I can't wait to be parents. Mm-hmm. I can just hear Adam right now. Hey, hold on a minute. No, they're wonderful, but I know Adam's probably like, I just want a little rest. Well, like I said, you guys, I'm sure you guys are awesome parents, and we can't wait to do it too. But it's true, you guys. I don't understand it. Like, sometimes, like, these state tests and everything, it's kind of ridiculous, and I feel like they go a little bit above and beyond. So I think it's like the same thing with the combine too. It's like, do we really have to do all of these things when our job is simply to do this one thing? I mean, right? Oh my gosh! Do you see what John says in the chat room? John says Bo ceramics for me neither, or no ceramics for me either, and he says gotta give little Larry a show. Oh my gosh, that's what I was called because my father's name was Larry too. So yeah, but he's sleeping next to us while with us. Oh well, thank you, Adam. We better stop talking so loud.
No, that's mainly you.
Then I better stop talking so loud. but yeah, so final thoughts though. What do you feel? Do you really feel that these athletes need to be given all these extra things or looked at in a certain way, or do you really feel that no, stat-wise, like in the combine, do you really feel like we should be judging them all on every one of their, I guess you could say, their tests, or do you feel like no, you know what, just look at a few things that they actually do and go from there? What do you think?
Yes, they should test them on all of them. No, I'm just kidding. No, it doesn't make any sense. Why test them in an area that they don't even do on a daily basis while they're playing? So it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So you might as well just stick to their parameters of what they actually do. And because it will prevent injuries and whatnot, especially if you want to keep them for the season. So
exactly. I don't know at what point in Adam Carney's class that he's going to be, teaching the key of C and then bust out with a differential equation in calculus. I don't know when that's ever going to happen, but tests should be secondary to film. Yes. John Felipe said it the best. Can you perform? Let's see it. Mm-hmm. Then we'll test you, and that'll be loose, but we really want to see you perform. And that takes it back to the full circle of performing, So we need both. And once again, John says, like the S2 everyone is talking about recently. What is that? The S2. Interesting. Is that a new test? I'm just kidding. No, but so with that said, you guys, totally crazy. I know, fun topic tonight. But at the end of the day, my wife said it the best though.
What?
A combination of the both is really.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to certain things, I think you really need to go. Really, really, really need to go with what they perform with the best. Mm-hmm. What's their job? What are they going to do? Can they perform that job? There it is. Mm-hmm. I don't need my quarterback. I don't need my quarterback to be squatting 600 pounds. It doesn't make any sense. Just throw the ball, homeboy. You know what I mean? Make sure it's accurate.
I guess it would be different if that's what they want to do, but...
I mean, I guess so, but...
But it shouldn't be a requirement for them to do.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So, anyway, guys, we're going to take us out just a quick little break, and when we come back, we're going to get into a show that we have really, really gotten into in the last couple of months. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking Gotham. You are listening to the Sports Club Perspectives right here on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back after this.
The Spanish Top Flight is here on Wellington Sports Radio. From past champions like Barcelona and Atletico Madrid to current champions Real Madrid and every team in between trying to fight for Champions League glory and trying to fight against relegation. It's La Liga right here on Wellington Sports Radio.
Are you a fan of Buffalo sports? Are you thinking of changing loyalties and becoming a Buffalo sports fan? Do you even know where Buffalo is on the map? Did you know Canada is closer to Buffalo than New York City? Welcome to the Buffalo Huddle, every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 4 p.m. Pacific Coast Time on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. I'm your host, Patty Bax. This is a podcast designed for you, the passionate sports fan. I know you love your sports. Who doesn't? I cover Buffalo sports and so much more by bringing in the human elements. I call it Buffalo Sports with a Twist. Join me as we take a journey into the world of Buffalo sports. I guarantee you'll fall in love with Buffalo just like I did. Each week we start with an inspiration, question of the day, a Buffalo fun fact, and our weekly challenge to you, the listener. Come huddle up with me every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 4 p.m. Pacific Coast Time for the Buffalo Huddle with Patty Bax on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. As we say in Buffalo, go Bills!
Sports fans, do you like teams that are tough, cities that are tougher, and fan bases that are passionate about their teams? How about teams that are historic and stadiums that are iconic? Then you belong in Chicago, and you need to check out Chi-Town Weekly. Join me, Adam Kernan, every week as we keep up with all things Chicago sports. Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, White Sox. We'll cover them all, plus more. The Windy City is always buzzing, and we'll keep you up on all the big games and major stories. So tune in to Chi-Town Weekly every week right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hi, welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Couple Perspective right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. We are back at it. In our final, 10 minutes or so, we are getting out of here in a little bit. Going to our, what is that, fourth Storm game of the year so far?
Yeah.
You gotta love it, yo. We love supporting. We love supporting our local minor league baseball team.
Yes, we do. But it's like our second home.
It really is. We're always there. So if you haven't checked out our new jerseys, you might want to head on over and give us a follow at, of course, TSCP_IESR. Once again, that is at TSCP_IESR. Check out our new jerseys. We posted them. Well, of course, the jerseys aren't new. I mean, they're new, but, we got
They're still new. We've only worn them twice.
Yeah. 3 times. Oh, twice.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
We didn't have them for the first game for some reason.
I thought we did.
No, okay. I don't remember. Anyway.
Okay, well, we got our numbers on there, so go check them out. We are super excited for tonight. Of course, as they take on the Modesto Nuts. That's their name. Yes, but we are super excited. Adam says here, our local minor league team was our favorite date night too. See? Look at that.
Not when we're constantly going, though.
That's not nice. That's not nice.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my baseball, but I can only handle so much of it. But it's always fun. Don't get me wrong. I like going. And now that we got our jerseys, it makes it even better.
It's super exciting. We are ready to rock and roll, and we are so excited to do our thing tonight, of course. Modesto, 7-5 entering this game. Lake Elsinore, 8-4. So, looking pretty good so far on the season. But, yes, we are going to be rocking and rolling, heading out to that game starting at 7:15 Pacific Standard Time. So, a little bit over an hour. Thankfully, we only live about 25 minutes away from the stadium. So, right down the freeway. Kind of cool. Mm-hmm. So, with that said, Gotham. Oh, yeah. We are excited, of course, for a show that we just finished the 3rd season of last night.
Yep.
I'll tell you right now, this show has been so much fun to watch because, well, I love villains. Mm-hmm. So, I love me some villains. And what? It's a great show. Mm-hmm. But, yeah.
Yeah, we've already seen a lot of villains already. There is Joker in there, because I remember I was confused. Not confused, I wasn't sure if they were going to have Joker in there, but they do. So we've seen Joker, we've mainly seen Penguin, the Riddler's finally coming up.
Which is nice.
Who else have we seen? Mad Hatter.
The Mad Hatter! He's awesome.
I think... Oh, Cat... Well, right now she's a little girl. But basically she becomes Catwoman. So we've seen Catwoman. And then Batman, of course. But
Mr. Freeze.
Oh, yeah, Mr.
Firefly
Freeze.
is in there.
I've never heard Firefly, though.
No,
so
me either. But
I'm pretty sure... I wouldn't doubt if she... isn't like one of the main villains too, though.
Ivy.
Oh yeah, and Ivy we've met.
So there's
I mean, technically they all don't have their titles just yet. Some of them do, like Penguin does, and then the Riddler does. Mad Hatter, they haven't like officially said Mad Hatter, but yeah.
Because he has a hat.
Anyway, yeah. So I mean, I don't know what else we'll see within. What season are we on? 4? We're going to start 4.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And now, Bruce Wayne, we've seen him for the first time last night actually fight a criminal who was trying to steal someone's, like, money or wallet or something like that. Mm-hmm. Or both, I mean. Mm-hmm. But, yeah. So, that's cool. So, now he comes into the picture more, I think. Just not officially as Batman, but as a protector.
We're pretty excited because... just watching the end of that was fun last night. Like, seeing Bruce Wayne start to look like the vigilante of Batman, like Alfred, he killed him and then brought him back to life, and like all this crazy stuff. I don't know. It's really cool. So if you guys, of course, have seen Gotham all the way through. Don't spoil it for us. But we are really excited for the next 2 seasons. I'm guessing it's going to probably be like, what, probably about 30-some episodes? Somewhere around there. I'm guessing like total between the 2 seasons. But yeah, it's been exciting. It's been a lot of fun, and we have really enjoyed this series so far. So if you have not seen Gotham yet, totally recommend it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because, I mean, I didn't know what that show was about until, I mean, I've seen it before a while back, but I've only seen up to half of season 2. So only really just like the beginning episodes of season 2, and that was it. So I didn't get to see the rest of season 2 and on. So, but it was pretty cool. But beforehand, I didn't know that, you know, it was all about the villains and everything like that. So it's a different perspective. It's really cool. I like it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Because usually you only watch things that only have to do with the superheroes and whatnot. So it was good to see the villain side and how they come about.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I'm excited to see how it goes. I'm really looking forward to how this whole thing ends up. And I'm guessing it's going to ride into Batman. Like, it's going to go right into, like the first comic. You know what I mean? Like, basically, I don't know. But, I don't know. Maybe.
But it's just funny, though, because there are parts where, like, oh my gosh, they're going to die. But then we're like, no, wait, he can't die or she can't die because they become the main villain. So, yeah it's kind of funny. But still, it's good.
It's really neat. So, we are definitely excited for what we got coming up, and in that series, we're excited for next week. Of course, we'll be watching. I've seen it 14,000 times. Cecilia's actually seen it once, but she probably can't remember it. What? But at least Jennifer Gardner's in there, so she'll at least recognize her and Kevin Costner. Because we'll be watching Draft Day next week, and that'll be our movie of the week.
I think we have seen that movie.
We've seen it, but last year we tried to do a show on it, and we just couldn't. We were so busy, so we're gonna rewatch it. And then we're going to have a show. It'll be fun. What? Well, we're going to have fun talking about that next week. And I'm pretty excited for, for being able to cover the draft. And, yeah, it should be a great show next week. We talk about the draft. We are trying to get together right now a volleyball show, a really good one, with, of course, our very own Taryn Rodriguez, who has done great things in the volleyball world, covering the NVA's first event this year, live at Long Beach City College, which was awesome. Go Matadors. And we also, he'll be at the second one, we believe, as well. He's at UCI right now, UC Irvine, covering the Anteaters. He's, of course, always at Long Beach State, where he graduated from his alma mater, covering the Wave, or the Beach now. I don't know what they're called now. They've changed their name a couple of times. But I'll tell you right now, it's going to be awesome. We got a couple of colleagues of ours that we are going to be talking about volleyball with. Mm-hmm. Of course, from our regular work, and then, of course, with Taryn. So we're trying to get that together. Hopefully that'll be the week after we get everything put together. But definitely got to shine some light on the great sport of volleyball and, continue to do what we do here on IE Sports Radio, and that is connect you to sports all over. And talk a little fun pop culture as well. And stuff like that here on the show. So with that said, y'all, I think it's about time to cue that music, because we are on out of here tonight. That was a fun one. Mm-hmm. That was a fun one. I know. Got a little Moneyball-ish tonight. That was fun. We definitely got to take a look next week and tell you about the draft. I got to explain a little bit better to Cecilia, I think. But
no,
it's fun. Look, it's I don't know. I like it.
Well, yeah, it has to do with football.
Yeah, anything with football is awesome. But anyway, with that said, you guys, that is going to do it for tonight's show. Make sure to show us some love. Give us a follow, of course, at TSCP_IESR. Check us out as a whole, all over the place at IE Sports Radio. Give us a follow at IE Sports Radio all over social media. Wherever you get your podcasts, we're more than likely there at IE Sports Radio. And we appreciate all of you tuning in tonight. We appreciate all of you being a part of us and checking us out as you always do each and every week. Big ups to our boys in the chat room, Mr. Adam Karnick, the host of Chi-Town Weekly Monday evenings and co-host along with Mr. Zachary Publis. Tuesday evenings talking hockey on the Neutral Zone. And of course, our boy John Felipe, who just handed over the mic to us earlier. Fridays, right before this show, with Carolina Cast, talking all things Carolina sports. So always great stuff there, sorry. And we're off to a baseball game. So yeah. With that said, y'all, my wife looks so bored right now. I don't know why.
No.
She just looks like she's like not trying to go to the game tonight.
No, I want to go.
She looks like, eh.
No.
Just kidding. It's fun. Well, I know, it's been a long week. That's why.
Yeah, it was our first week back from spring break, so the end of the week just kind of gets you when it's the first day back. First week back, I mean.
I know, yeah, usually she's all like good to go, but yeah, and I don't blame her. I'm a little tired myself, but I guess I'm just hyped up I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew right now, y'all. I'm just playing. I'm always excited for the games. And our jerseys. I think I'm most excited about our jerseys.
Yeah, they came out really cool.
Tonight's show, y'all. It's a jersey thing.
Very funny.
She didn't think that was very creative. I thought it was pretty funny though. So with that said, you guys, that will do it for us tonight. Any last words for our listeners out there?
Thank you for listening. Take care, be safe, and stay healthy.
Please do, y'all. Scary world out there. Please stay healthy, protect you and yours, and just be good people. Everyone out there, we all try to do our best. Just keep it going and keep doing your part. We appreciate you all for what you do. We love you all. Thank you all so very much. And that is going to do it for tonight's show. For my beautiful wife, Cecilia. For me, your boy, Larry B. This has been the Sports Cult Perspectives right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We will see y'all next week. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.